What's up guys, Anonymous Airsoft here. Today I just got a quick video. Made videos before on my Glock and my Desert Eagle spring pistols. Both just cheap, fun spring airsoft guns that I like a lot. I've had a lot of fun just painting them up and customizing them, I guess. And today I was just going to do a quick video on like an accuracy test and sort of like a comparison between the two. They're both about the same price. The Desert Eagle might be $5 or $7 more, but you can probably find these in the neighborhood of around like 15 to 23-ish. And they're both pretty cool. So if you want just a basic airsoft spring gun, these are some pretty cool and pretty, I think, realistic ones that I really like. They're some of my favorite guns. So nothing too serious, but basically just going to talk about the differences in these a little bit. Desert Eagle, made by Cybergun. It is all plastic. It's got a decent FPS or whatever. I want to say it's around 200 to 230, depends on the BBs you use. It has a longer barrel, so there is a little more accuracy there. Magazine size of, I want to say it's like 28, but I could be wrong. So it's got a decent magazine capacity for a pistol. It's big. It's a Desert Eagle 1:1 scale. It's a lot of fun. And then the CYMA Glock 18C, you see here, is a Glock replica, and this gun is really cool. It's made of a really sturdy ABS plastic, really strong, no wobble. The externals are great. They got everything. Have a metal slide release here. It's really durable. Feels awesome. There's actually I think all the internals are plastic, but the gun is just really well built. It's a lot heavier and more hefty than the Desert Eagle here. It's a lot more accurate as far as externals go, but the performance is not nearly as good. It's less accurate. I don't know, the barrel just isn't done that well. And it shoots less hard, I guess you would say. But this is an awesome gun, and if you want a cheap Glock airsoft replica, this is the way to go. It's the CYMA P817 is the name of the actual model of the gun. So anyways, I was just kind of rambling about these. I am going to do a shooting test right now. I have this target set up about, 8 feet away or so. And I'm going to go ahead and take aim with both guns and shoot 5 shots with .25 gram BBs. And just see what we can do here. So I'm going to start with the Desert Eagle. So it's got a big magazine. You just pop it in there, pull it back. The cocking motion on this gun is really smooth. It's got that pullback, dovetail slide that the Desert Eagle has. And it's really easy to do, so you'll probably get a higher rate of fire out of the Glock, which is actually really difficult to pull that slide back. So let's take aim and see what happens. Alright, so here's the paper after the shooting test. Not sure if you can see, but looks like 4 out of 5 shots landed on the 3, the bullseye, and I got one sort of in that 2 range right there. So points wise, this scored about a 15, I think, if my math is correct, as far as accuracy is concerned, and that's maybe 8 to 10 feet away with .25 gram BBs. So it did a pretty decent job hitting the target there. So I'm going to load up the Glock here. These. Alright, 5 BBs. Now with this gun, if you haven't seen, the cool feature is that the slide does lock back realistically when it's empty. So, it's pretty cool. Slide lock, and then you just load the mag up. The magazine on this gun is very heavy, but it is plastic, which is good because it feels nice and realistic, but it's bad because if this thing hits the ground, it's probably going to be destroyed. Alright, so let's see what we can do with the Glock. Actually, hang on. I have to put the target up. Silly me, I forgot the target. Okay, it's up now. This one's a little harder to see because I basically just traced the other one onto this paper, but they are the exact same size, so it should be a pretty accurate reading. So Glock 18 using 0.25 grams. Let's see what we got. Out of ammo. Now, let's see how the target looks. Alright, so this one, as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but it's not as accurate. Looks like 2 hit the bullseye. We got 2 that hit the number 2, and 1 is just way out here. It didn't even hit the thing at all. So I don't know what happened with that. So score-wise, this is like a 10. Adding this really fast in my head, but yeah, so that's a 10. I believe what the other one scored was a 15, if I remember, and did that correctly. Maybe it wasn't, but as you can see, this thing did not do quite as well as the Desert Eagle in terms of accuracy. You can see a much tighter grouping on the bullseye there, whereas the Glock kind of had this line that went right across the target. I will say that it's also a little bit harder, at least for me, to aim with the Glock. I mean, you know, the Glocks have this curved handle where you kind of have to look down the sights a little bit more than you think you'd have to. So for me, aiming with this is a little bit hard. I took my time in this video and made sure I lined up the sights just so you guys would get an accurate reading on the accuracy. But in terms of like actually being in like a backyard shootout or whatever, I find this gun is a little more difficult to aim with. It also does not shoot nearly as hard, so you probably don't want to use 0.25 grams with this thing realistically. I would say 0.20s, maybe even 0.12s, but the hop up on this is really overactive, so I want to be careful what BBs you actually use, but all in all, it comes down to what you want. I mean, if you want a Glock spring pistol, get the CYMA P817. Great externals, it's very realistic, very heavyweight, and only about 16 bucks. And of course, the Cybergun Desert Eagle should be pretty easy to find. It's on the internet, it's in some stores. And, you know, this gun, it stings, big magazine capacity, it's easy to use, it looks cool. It's everything you could want in a Desert Eagle. So, these are 2 of my favorite guns. Just thought I'd make a short video comparing them. Let me know what you guys think, and if you want to see anything else. And that's it from me.